Yo, 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 what is going on, CoD Familia? It is your boy BN, aka Mr. Kingdom Builder, and today we are going to be taking a look at the SoS3-5002, or just the second strongest, if not tied for first strongest, KVK group. This is going to be comprised of 41, 81, 229, 286, that's one team. This is BDO, DBB, SSG, and WGL. They are going up against the other team being 30, 119, 134, 232. This is NA, LAW, LTS, and YBD. Now, we're going to show you some stats as far as after Brink of War. So these are post-BOW stats that were pulled on the 21st, so about 6 days ago. And we'll give you the best indicator, at least as it pertains to 60 million plus players, and how those numbers look for each side as we go into the matchups when Zone 2 will be opening on the 1st of January, or expected, I should say. Statue Zone has opened, but I don't believe the statues have opened yet. So, as we take a look, we'll show you here. Right, you could see some teams already fighting. Again, I wish I would have been there to do some recording. One of those things where, again, kind of just comes down just to having the time. I would have loved, though, to come and take a look and watch or live stream any of those matches. So, again, if I find some time later, we will attempt for those. But, again, you can see here, even if we go to click, usually you can click on the statue once it activates, and then you can kind of see what the cooldown timer is on those in order to come back and watch during the new opening periods. Look at that. Do we have some merit trading going on? We do. Get that work in. However, that is not why you're here. Let's go ahead and show you the goods. So, this is where we are at currently. Let me see if I can do some scrolling here so it shows beautifully. There we go. All right. These are the numbers. Now, again, let me break this down. As always, if you enjoy the content, make sure you throw us up. And remember, if you do want to be able to find any stats, right, we're using the databot to pull these. There is information on the databot and how you can get some more of that by joining the bot Discord. A link to that's in the pinned comment description down below. And then just hit up my boy Rich. Okay, let's break this down. Top line, remember, top line like we showed you in the previous one is the whole team versus the other team. These are just some inside stats, right? So this is kind of where they ranked out of all the kingdoms when we initially did the data back on the 7th. This is their Brink of War rank, so like what damage point they're getting or what buff they're getting. And then we have the two teams. So these are the two zones, right? So remember, you got 4 zones. These are each of the zones and the alliances and kingdoms that are split into each of the starting zone ones. So as we break this down, looking, and I'll show you pre-BOW too as well, right? So pre-BOW, this is how it looked. Where, again, right, it's like 85.39, 82.5. We look here, it's a little bit, right? You could see that the NA group actually improved more power-wise than the BDO group did. In the first team matchup that we saw above, right, we saw that the RK Echo group improved by power more than the Con group, even though they were already winning. So in this case, NA has kind of tightened the gap a little bit, even though it is still, 4 bill. At least it's now not 5.5 bill. So again, it's been about 1.5 that they were able to come within. Kills still going in favor of the BDO team. At 180 to 150, you can see the differentials here, right? 3.96, 29 bill different. Deads still in favor. You're looking at a 25.8 differential. And I'll show you the pre as well, right? And we'll go back and kind of look at that line by line. Heals, 155, 12.7 billion in favor. You can see 1.10. This is 0.1, or sorry, 0.10. 0.1 in favor of the BDO group. 32 differentials on 60 mil plus. This goes in favor of the NA team. And you see here we have 225, right? So 32 more there. Once we get to 80 mil, though, that's where we start seeing the increases going, right? So now it's plus 12 from 202 to 214. You can see plus 47 from 126 to 173, right? Going in favor of the BDO team. And then basically all the way across the board, right? So it's plus 20 in favor on 125 mil, plus 18 on 150. And then you only got plus... is this right? Yeah, 11, right? 11 to 12. So really close on the 200 mils. When we look at totals, you can see it's plus 66 which is in favor of the BDO team, 610 to 6, and then you have plus 86 on the 100 mil pluses here, right? So it's 183 to 269. I mean, it's decent, right? That is maybe more than decent when you look at that. But as we always say, activity is king. And these are just how the face value numbers look as of 6 days ago after Brink of War finished. Will those numbers hold up? And will the people show up, right, that essentially make up these numbers? We'll see. Then let's break down the individual groups. So the individual zones. So this is how the zones look right here for what you have. And you can see 41-286, which is the blue team. And then we have 81 and 229, right? So DBB, SSG on that side, BDO, WGL over here on the east. On the north side, we have NA and YBD. South side, 130, 119, 134. That's LAW, LTS. Okay. How do those matchups look? Well, while I show you, I'm actually going to pull this up on my other screen too. So for this one, we have, where am I at? So it looks like BDO, again, leading that. And I guess we could probably just do it like this, right? So it's 41 and 30 that we have. So it's basically, well, let's do it like this. This is actually easier. So these are the two teams. Because if it's highlighted, it's probably just easier to view overall. Here, you can see, what's that? Plus 7 billion in favor of those. We got more kills, about 20 million. Looking at deads, this is actually a little bit closer. 13, 46, 59, so about 60 maybe. 59 mil separates. Heals, we got about 70, so what, 12? 11.6 billion differential. Kill heal, we got about a 0.12 in favor of the BDO group, or BDO zone. Then we get to 60 mil pluses. You got more on the NA side. I guess we could maybe just look at totals and maybe 100 mil pluses here. So if we're doing that, you got 26, 36, 45. So 45 more total T5s from 60 mil plus on the BDO team. If we're looking at 100 mil pluses, I mean, that's almost double, right? You're looking at, what's that, 80, 21, 71, 72 more 100 mil pluses. I mean, again, yeah, almost double there. I would probably give the 40... Because remember, I think it's the east ones. Oh, no, sorry. I think it's the north ones open first. And then it's the east. So, but again, I guess I'll talk about Zone 3 in this regard. So, for Zone 3, I would say it very much looks in favor of the BDO team. If we're comparing 30 versus 81, 229 on the north, we would be doing this in DBB. This is a little bit closer. Right, you can see power 38.2, 41.8. It's what, 3.6-ish billion power differential? When we look at the numbers, though, this is 274 to 357. What's that, 26, 76, 83 more total T5s? Decent, if not good. 21, and then we got, was that 39? So 39 more 100 mil pluses. I mean, again, even DBB SSG, even though it is a little less in favor compared to BDO, I would probably still give it. I would give the edge out to them. If we're comparing the south side, which is 41 and 134, we'd be doing this and here. So in this matchup, this is actually pretty darn close, right? At least power-wise, you're 0.4, right? 0.37 billion differential. When we look at the numbers, probably the closest to the BDO team is the LAW team. They actually have more. What's this? 19 to 336. What is that? 17? So 17 more T5s on the LAW team. However, you have, what's that? 47 more total T5s. So, I mean, again, this is probably the closest of the two matchups for the south side. And again, I would say that probably will be more balanced in that front, but again, obviously still some separation. And then we get to the west side, which is going to be 119 and 81, right? So that's going to be not that group, but we'll do this group and this group. So here, you got about a 2, a little less than 2, 1.7, 1.8, is that right? 1 point? Yeah, about 1.7 billion. Here on total T5s, the numbers actually are pretty close overall, really. I think it's a lot closer marginally than the other groups are. But for this one, which would be the west side for the Zone 3 fight, you'd be looking at 357, 336. So what's that, 14? Oh, wait, hang on. No, 4 is 40, 4, and then 7, what, 21, if that's right? So you're looking at 21 differential there for more T5s on the DBB side. And then you only have 14 more 100 mil pluses. So, I mean, again, you have more total power here. We would have liked to maybe see more total T5 as well on the LAW side. But it is closer-ish. That's why I say ish. But I probably still would end up giving the headway out here to DBB. It just looks like, again, on face value, I think you have to value total T5 power, or total number of T5s at 100 mils. I mean, again, you could argue the more power can also equate to more troops trained. But again, I would just give the edge out to the DBB side here on that West Zone 3. And yeah, that's how it's looking right now. Remember, January 1, and I'll probably keep these a little bit shorter because I don't necessarily think they just need to be incredibly long. But keep in mind, right, January 1st, right now is estimated for Zone 2. Remember, Zone 2 is north and south. And then we have on January 9th, which is going to be the west and east. So Zone 2s are going to open up here and down here. And then we got the Zone 3s west and east that'll open up next. That is the action that we have to look forward to right now for these groups. I'm going to be trying to jam these out, maybe do 2 a day on these. And I would love to know what you guys think, right? Remember, these are just the numbers. We still have to wait to see what activity looks like, who's going to be showing up, and then what does that look like, and how much fighting will there even be in the Zone 2s and the Zone 3s, or will people maybe just opt to go super light and then just basically do all their crescendo fighting in the FZ? Will they fight a little bit, maybe enough to where they can still heal back up? Do they care to waste those resources or not? Do they find them valuable to use for the Zone 2 and Zone 3 fights? All of those questions, I'm sure, will be answered, and it will be interesting to see how each KVK reacts and how they play out the zone openings, along with conserving or going all in and anything in between. I would love to know what you think. Who do you think right now is the favorite for the KVK? And I will have a link. I know I did forget about this, to mention this in the beginning, but I will have a link in the pinned comment and the description, which is just a simple Google form. It's got 2 questions. Who do you think is going to win? And what alliance or kingdom do you think will be the standout for this KVK, right? So it's what team do you think will win between these 2, and then which kingdom or alliance will be the standout. Be sure to vote on that because I will be comparing the results to those. And also I have links to those in the previous one. So if you go and watch the video we did a couple days ago on the RK and Kong group, there's a form in there as well to vote. I'll be doing that for each of the videos in the pinned comment description once again. So be sure to vote because, like I said, I'll be compiling all those and we'll be showing off who the community thinks will be winning each of these groups. And we'll show that off in a video hopefully before the Zone 2 fights break out. But we'd love to know. Who do you guys think is going to win? Who do you think is going to win each of the zones? What matchups here look the most interesting? What do you think about this KVK? Let me know in the comments down below. That's going to do it for me. As always, until next time, we'll catch you later.